All right. So let's try this again. My official
Hi,
response.
Everyone. Thank you for tuning in today.
What happens on this when we press? Okay. Oh, cool. They fixed the fucking playback. Very good. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you
Oh, hello. Hello, everyone.
for tuning in today. This is my official response, or at least an attempt at it, to some stuff that's been going on the last couple days. And this is a pre-record, not a live.
So this is, I don't know if this is fine. If I fuck up and I put out something that fucking we edited, I want you all to just leave. Like, because I'm going to fuck up eventually, right? I mean, I make mistakes, but that's different than fucking up. I'm going to fuck up eventually, though. It stands to reason that I'm going to fuck up eventually. I'm going to talk about it on stream and answer questions about it. I don't look forward to that day because some of you are going to be like, whoa.
It'll be interesting to see what I keep in and what I edit out. But I've put some notes together and I'm going to try to do my best. In the past, I have spoken about aspects of my private life when I thought that doing so was necessary to give context to other greater things that were going on that were legitimately in my...
No, you have spoken about your personal life when your personal life spilled out into what we'll call the anti-Scientology media space. And then you wanted to spin. You wanted to spin it. You wanted to spin it. And we all do it. We all try to minimize and deflect when we feel like we're possibly being unfairly treated by the public conversation, or if we just fucked up and don't want to. We've all done this.
Opinion, the public's business. Last year, when all the Aftermath Foundation stuff was going on, I felt I needed to discuss certain aspects of my private life to provide context to things that were being said at that time. Other than that, I keep my private life private.
The fuck you do. The fuck you do.
I do not think it is a good idea to make your private life public. That being said, I think it makes sense to acknowledge publicly what I already know to be true privately, which is that I absolutely have patterns of thought and behavior that are self-destructive, self-sabotaging, and end up not only hurting me, but hurting other people.
Notice how he mentioned first that he's hurting himself. These things only hurt himself because the other people that he's hurt have seen fit to speak about it and are credible because they're telling the truth.
In my life. That is a fact. And that is something about which I am very apologetic, in addition to many other adjectives. That being said, those issues.
But if you're very apologetic, why not just apologize? You can't say I am very apologetic. That's like a passive voice, as if you're not even the person. It's like if you were talking about somebody else. Oh, I spoke to them. They seemed very contrite, very apologetic about it, and I expect them to release an apology soon. Very different than saying that I am very apologetic. No, that's one of the things you show, but you don't tell.
Are still my private life, to the point of, for the most part, not making my private life public. Many of you probably have absolutely no idea that I've been in a relationship for the last 14 months.
No, everybody, dude, no, absolutely not. This is not true. Everybody do that. What the fuck? Excuse you? No. You tried to monetize this.
And that is because I've never publicly acknowledged in any of my videos that I have been in a relationship for the last 14 months, even when I was doing videos with that person.
Friend, shut the fuck up.
That was very much intentional. I told my partner, I'm not going to have a public relationship because I'm not going to have a public breakup. Now that we have...
Oopsie. relationship was already public, friend. Ooh, my mistake. This man is not my friend.
Have broken up, and now that it is being made public and a lot of things are being put online, I am not going to respond to negativity and mudslinging. I am not going to try to defend or improve my position or my image by tearing down that.
Yeah, that's weird too. It's highly specific. It's been about a year. Were they, I don't know if, were they, strange is the wrong word, because I don't know that. Do they live together? I don't know. Fucking, was it like a fucking, because I think he started, first of all, I mean, she pretty, like, right? She pretty, and she like, she pretty, and she kind of fits the mold in not just aesthetic ways, but in ways where, I want to be careful here, where he seems to like, do they poop in front of each other? Aaron doesn't poop. He's a designer baby. He had no butthole.
Another. There are no winners down that path. And the truth is, it's absolutely nobody's business. I have in the past embraced opportunities to respond to negativity with negativity, and it's possible that I'll do it.
I've embraced those opportunities too. In fact, that's part of the fucking brand here. It's just that we lean into it. And if you decide that that's how you're going to roll, you kind of got to be consistent and worthy of other people's respect and be also doing something useful.
And in the future, this is not the time for that. I care too much about the people involved. These are real lives. These are real people that really matter. And it's too important to me to take what has been, in many ways, the best relationship I've ever had.
This is like an arranged marriage in some ways. I want to be careful here because I don't want to shit on Jenna Miscavige, or if I do, I don't want to shit on her too much. seemed like it seemed like there was a bit of quid pro quo going on, and this is just my take, my guess. I don't think she went into this not knowing who he was or who he is. I think that there may be, and I'm just guessing here, she may have gone into this because of exactly who he is.
And in other ways, the worst relationship I've ever had, and reduce it down to negativity and recriminations and finger pointing on the internet, turning private issues, a private relationship into
this was all very public. Do you remember? You remember when I forget who it was? He went with some other people to meet her at the airport. I remember this specifically. Like it might have been like right when they first started dating. But she seemed kind of uncomfortable with everybody's fucking phone pointed at her. Does anybody here remember what I'm talking about? No, you can. I mean, I don't want to use a name here. I dated somebody who I knew what I was getting into. It was a long time ago, but my friends were like, "Hey, we like such and such a person. We like going to raves with him. We like making fun of him because he wears two belts like Avril Lavigne. We're glad to have him as our friend. You should not boyfriend him." I knew what I was getting into.
Absolute public circus. I am here on YouTube and I do what I do on this channel every single day for one reason. And that is to fuck.
Yeah. That video. Yeah. It was clear. And I think in that video, it was clear that they were dating. Ooh, he was not a gunslinger.
As hard as I possibly can. I am here to be Scientology's worst nightmare. I am here to be David Miscavige's worst nightmare. I'm here to encourage as many other people as possible to do the same as much as possible. That's the only reason I'm here. I'm not here to be liked, although it's always nice. It feels good. I'm not here for any other reason. And I'm sure as hell not.
No, you're here because you're here for your own ego. You're doing He just won't lean into it. He won't lean into the fact that this is just all about his ego. If he would just lean into the fact this is all about his ego, it would make his life a lot easier. It's a lot easier to tell everybody to go fuck themselves when you sort of admit to the fact that you're trying to do what you're doing to be popular and make money, right? It just makes your life that much easier. It's just so much easier. Like, I'm trying to be popular and make money. I don't really got to answer for a lot of shit around here because I'm like, fucking, I'm not like lying to you and telling you that I'm fixing the world or helping anybody or anything like that. I hope that I help inform people about like ways in which influence happens, particularly on the internet. But I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't making any money.
Relationship coach, or to hold myself up as some sort of role model for being in a relationship. And I've never claimed to be. One of the things I regret the most, other than the people I've hurt in my private life and, you know, the self-sabotage that ends up hurting myself.
This is all public. You put this shit all out on fucking L. Ron Hubbard fucking Boulevard for everybody to see. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is seeing how many of my friends get maligned and attacked for simply being my friends. And the truth is, this community of former Scientologists is uniquely susceptible to the exploitation of and pouring on of gasoline onto maybe natural, normal, organic upsets by virtue of the fact that we have this entire Scientology cult trying to figure out how to destroy this community.
Friend, no. Aaron. Somebody over there at the Cult of Scientology read The Art of War and was like, And I don't remember what the exact wording was, but it was basically like, if your enemy is fucking themselves up, maybe don't stop them from doing it. Again, these people worship a space alien, but they're not all stupid. They have limited resources, they have a lot of money, but they have like limited human resources. So I don't know, if I was advising them, I'd be like, oh, what do we do about all this? I'd be like, nothing. Fucking mostly pretend it's not happening because nothing's happening to you now.
And I'm describing that because the truth is, my, in many times, careless and self-destructive behavior, I'm aware provides opportunity and fuel for that type of effort. I mean, there are people in our community who will take literally anything.
Oh, yeah, we got... God, Nora's commentary on this is pretty good, but I don't know how we even un-Austin Bennett list somebody. Where is it?
What parking lot would you like to meet in of the internet?
And everything that happens personality, based between former Scientologists in this community, and just turn it into an absolute circus intended to denigrate and destroy.
6 hours?
And to capitalize.
That's why we're not watching her. By the way, like Nora, if you want to let go of all this, we're here for you. Nora, we'd be happy to talk to you off air. Kind of
off of it. And my describing this isn't actually an attempt to point a finger. It's an attempt to acknowledge that in many cases, my irresponsible and careless behavior provides the best opportunities to exploit such things to hurt the community.
Yeah, but then you should go away. Go away. If you think that your careless behavior is harming an activist community that you care about, the end goals of the activism, go away. Go hang out with Andrew Gold and fucking, I don't know. Fucking complain about trans people or something. Get out of here. Oh, I didn't run Jenna's video on stream. I figure people can watch it if they want.
I'm aware of that, and I am very much sorry for that. In what has been put out there so far, for sure, there is a good deal of truth. There is also a very good deal of misrepresentation and partial truth. I will not respond to that by trying to give the other side of the story.
What are you doing right now?
Everybody knows there's three sides to every story. One person's side, the other person's side, and then the truth.
No, sometimes one of the people is just telling the truth, actually. I know that's crazy to say, and it's not super common. Maybe it is. Maybe one person's... We can make assessments on whose version of the story, if there's two versions of the story or whatever, whose version we find more credible based on maybe things we already know, patterns of behavior of the people involved.
How I feel about this is that this is how, my opinion. It does not matter what my side is or where the truth lies. What matters to me
is that you all continue to give me money. And that matters to me too.
Is that these are private issues?
No, they're not. No. Friend, your relationship with Jenna Miscavige was not private. Everybody knew.
People I care about. And even though I've done it in the past with other people, I am not willing to drag these private matters into the public circus.
Makes a pattern of private matters.
To hurt people you are upset with by dragging private matters into the public. It is pure revenge, and I am not going to respond in kind. None of this is to minimize.
Sometimes, like, vengeance is justified, right? Sometimes vengeance is righteous. You don't want to run around being a vengeful person all the time. But if somebody fucks you over and hurts you, and you got the receipts, I ain't mad at you for going after the vengeance. Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes it's cathartic to take revenge on someone else.
Is any of my responsibility or my role in what has gone wrong or been bad about the relationship? Not at all. But when the person says, I'm not doing this to hurt anybody, I'm not doing this out of revenge, I'm doing this for...
That's why if we go after somebody, if I take revenge on somebody, I just own that shit. Fucking revenge time, motherfucker.
I'm sorry. This is pure revenge, and I'm not going to respond with my own. I hope that is understandable. I'm sure people will say, oh, you're not going to respond because you know you can't. There's nothing you can say. You shouldn't respond at all. You should just apologize.
Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe sometimes you were wrong. And it's totally okay to be like, oh, I was wrong. Actually, now I look back on this and listen, this is a relationship between two people, but I fucked this thing up, actually, and I'm real sorry. I don't want to get too much into the details, and I have some work to do on myself. Yeah, that's fine, actually. But all he's saying is, I'm not going to dignify this with a response.
Let me say, other than the fact that I've apologized for a couple different things in this video, the truth is...
Wait, has he apologized for anything in this video? I don't think he has. Anybody hear any apologize? He described himself as apologetic, but that's different than apologizing. Like, describing yourself as a hard worker is very different than doing hard work.
An apology to. I owe an apology to in private. I don't owe an apology to the internet. I don't owe an apology to YouTube. My private life is my private life. I am sure that even saying anything at all right now will open the door to a whole other shitstorm. It's a little bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I have
then don't.
For the last couple of days that I'm not going to respond in any way at all. But today I started to feel differently. I said, you know what?
Friends, I know it's fucked up, but if you find yourself, I don't care if it's on YouTube or if you find yourself in damned if you do, damned if you don't, you should err on the side of don't. It's hard. When shit goes sideways, a couple questions you should ask yourself. A real important one is, what if I wait?
Damned. I would much rather be damned for something I said than for something I didn't say. So I gave it a bunch of thought today, and I put some thoughts together on how to respond as well as I thought I possibly could. And this was
So you could be like, I'm sorry. Some of what was said was true. I feel like some of what may be misrepresented, and I see some of the things differently, but some of what was said was true, and I fucked up. I don't know what the fuck's the problem. Like, fucking, we all fuck up.
Best effort. And as I was preparing to do all this, I saw she then put out another video. And in the video, she did explain that in the relationship, there were instances where I seemed to take some things that she had said as threats that she was going to do a video about me if I broke up with her, and that this was definitely not true. But she knew that it was my biggest fear. And the fact that she's doing it now, no, that has nothing.
Well, no, it's after she fucking left you. I don't know for sure. My understanding, she was like, nope, I'm out.
Threatened to do it in the past. Now she's just trying not to be bullied off of YouTube. I haven't said a single word, so I don't know where any bullying.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
You know, there's the thoughts that I've put together on this today reflect how I feel right now. And
mostly
right
you
now, I feel
what the shit
that this is the best way for me to proceed. I cannot imagine a world where I end up in a public shit slinging fest with someone who I care about very much and is very important.
That's because you can't imagine a scenario in which you win this public shit slinging fest, because your character is so poor, as evidenced by this pattern of behavior going back like fucking 4+ years now. If you get in a shit slinging war with somebody who actually knows you, are they going to win? And they don't really got to employ any dirty tricks or anything. They're just going to tell the truth.
Me and this movement and this community, and that we're shitting on each other out of upset of our personal relationship. I cannot imagine that world. I have no intention of engaging in a public war with a former partner about a private relationship. All right, guys, that's it for now.
That's it for now.